Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beard, taking a look at race number 9 at Aqueduct on Gotham Stakes Saturday. It's the $150,000 Stymie, and like the Gotham, it'll be contested at a one-turn mile. Make sure you get up and bet early on Saturday with the DRF Bets account. Existing DRF Bets customers have a first post bonus. Bet $25 to win on one horse in race number 1 at Aqueduct or Turfway or Tampa Bay. Wherever the Kentucky Derby preps are on Saturday, you get a $10 bonus. Learn more at drf.com/preps. Let's meet the field for the Stymie. Your morning line favorite won this race in 2017 when it was contested at 1 1/8 on the inner dirt. The 2, Sunny Ridge. Second last time out as the odds-on favorite, but he was kind of wide that day, wasn't he, Mike, behind a very sharp speed horse in Mr. Buff?
Yeah, he got wired by Mr. Buff, who's just in really good form. I don't think it was Sunny Ridge's best performance, that's for sure, but I think cutting back could help him, Dan. I don't think it's any surprise that his 3 top buyers from last year were all one-turn routes. I just think he's a better one-turn horse at this stage of his career. And, getting cut back into a race like this one, which really is, even though it's a stakes race, I think it's class relief. He's way the horse to be in here.
I really liked his effort in the Cigar Mile. 2 starts back, stuck down inside, right behind that one-paced favorite on the turn. He had to alter course back to the rail and upper stretch. He only got beat a length and 3/4 by pattern recognition. I thought it was a good effort. The Jazzle somewhat disappointing, but again, he was wired at a distance that at this point in his career might be a little bit long. The key to the race is the number 8, Vino Rosso. Last year's Wood Memorial winner. We have not seen him since an even 5th place finish in the Grade 1 Travers, but Todd Pletcher excels with these sort of layoff runners.
Yeah, he really does have an unbelievable record. Off of layoffs like this and dirt routes, his record is just unbelievable. So you expect Vino Rosso to be ready. The question is, how much has he improved from 3 to 4? Because he does have to be an improved horse if he's going to win this race. I kind of feel like I could go either way on him, Dan. I kind of liked him last year as a 3-year-old. I do recognize that he has to improve. I'm not really against him trying a one-turn mile either. I don't know that he has to be a longer distance kind of horse. He seems to be like the kind of horse I wouldn't take too short a price on. And what kind of price can he really be in this race? I'm going to be against him in here, but I won't be surprised if he runs well.
Depends on pace for Vino Rosso because he likes to hang near the back of the pack. As we take a look at the Timeform US pace projector, we do see a couple of speeds, but we also see a blue bar, which indicates that Timeform US believes that this race will favor horses on or near the early lead, and Vino Rosso is last on the Timeform US pace projector. Let's start with California Knight, who has paired up 90 buyer tops in his last 2 races, but he just found a weak field at Parks last time out.
Yeah, he did, and he went right to the front in that race, and he held on to the end. Even his race 2 back was against restricted claiming horses. I mean, I don't know how much credit I want to give him for it. I know he's paired up 90s. The 90s aren't going to get it done in this race. He just feels like a horse who's in way too tough.
Let's talk a little bit about Title Ready. Our colleague David Aragona likes this horse a little bit. He came from off the pace in a one-turn mile, 2 starts back to win, got a nice Timeform US speed figure that day, and then last time out in the Jazzle, similar situation as Sunny Ridge, wired and was very wide.
Yeah, the trip didn't work out great for him last time. And he's another one who I feel like the one-turn mile could be okay for him. Listen, he was a 2nd or 3rd tier 3-year-old last year, but there's really nothing wrong with that. He ran pretty well in some of those races. I felt like there were a couple of those where he had real excuses and ran better than it looked. So he's another horse, a newly turned 4-year-old. He could really take a step forward in this race, which he'll have to do. But he could certainly do that and get a piece of this at a price.
Longest shot on the boards, the number 6 Heroes Welcome, 20-1 on David Aragona's morning line. Still eligible for a non-winners of 2 life, but has improved greatly in his last 3 starts for Gary Contessa. In the Jazzle, he got outpaced about a half mile out, but I thought he finished with a little bit of gusto and galloped out okay. And last time out, he was really close to the pace and then tried to come inside the winner late. He is improving. I wouldn't be surprised if he could sneak into the Super at a big number.
Yeah, we'll see what he can do here. I agree with you. I think he has really improved for Gary Contessa lately. His last 3 races were all pretty good. I don't necessarily think they make him that competitive in here, but he's certainly in the best form of his life right now.
Formulator fact horse for the Southern California Invader, Shiver Me Timbers, the number 7 for Jerry Hollendorfer. Past 4 years with horses 4-year-olds and up, stretching out from sprint to route on dirt, making the third start off the layoff. 50% winners for Hollendorfer, a 296 ROI. And this horse ran against some Sharpies last time out at Santa Anita. Axeman's okay for Baffert. Edwards going left came back to win a state-bred stakes race with a triple-digit buyer.
Yeah, he's found some pretty tough races in Southern California, that's for sure. It's just a question of how good he is, I guess. I don't know. He seems to me like he's attained a level, and it's a level that's not quite good enough in this race. I mean, he's won 3 times, Dan. His winning buyers are 89, 83, 89. It just leaves him a little slow in a race like this. I'm not averse to a new face, especially at a big price, but I had a tough time talking myself into this horse.
Let's take a look at our top selections for the Stymie. You're going with a horse that once sold for 7 figures, who is 2 for 3 on dirt, with the only loss coming in a major Kentucky Derby prep. This is a horse that is coming off a little bit of a layoff, but he's 15-1 on the morning line, and I don't think Curlin's Honor has yet to reach his potential.
Yeah, that's why I like him. I mean, obviously, because he has to improve in this race. And if he doesn't improve, he's not going to get anything. But I've liked him from the start, Dan. I think I've always felt like with him, there's more there than he's been showing on the track. And I realized that all 3 of his career wins are sprinting. But to me, he showed last time in that Grade 3 at Canada that he can go longer. That was a 1.8 miles, and he actually ran really well in that race. If he takes a step forward in here, can he win? I don't know if he can win, but I think he can get a piece of this at a big price.
I like that horse that beat him last time out, one that came back to win one of those OBS races, the Sprint, with an 88 buyer speed figure. Stan the Man's gotten real good for trainer John Terranova. He's won 5 out of his last 7. Do you think he took advantage of that muddy track last time out, or maybe even a speed rail favoring track?
Yeah, well, listen, he definitely had all the best of it. He got right to the front. There were no closers in that race, and he just dominated them on the lead. But he was just a horse who was heading that way anyway. I mean, his recent form is really, really good for a very good trainer. The 1 mile distance, I think, is perfect for this horse. I mean, I can't find any way to look at him other than a major contender in this race.
And I love that time form U.S. pace projector. I think he's a better horse than California Night. I think he can sit just off him, take over at the quarter pole, and hope that the closers don't come and get him. Stan the Man is sharp coming off a fast race, and he'll be my top pick. I go 4-2-8-6. Give me numbers.
I went 1-2-4. They're the only 3 horses that I liked in this race.
Approximate post time for the Stymie is 4:37, but make sure you get up early and take advantage of that first post bonus for DRF Bets. Existing customers bet $25 to win on one horse in race number 1. This applies at Aqueduct, Tampa Bay, Turfway, where all the preps are. You get a $10 bonus. Learn more at drf.com/preps. We'll see if Sunny Ridge can become a 2-time winner of the Stymie on Saturday.